Namaskar, Mu Dr. PKV Patnaik once again in front of you. Uh, Today I will speak on uh, coronavirus, how it uh, stimulates our body immunity, and how our body immune system react to that virus, and why uh, it takes a severe form uh, when um, a severe inflammatory reaction, cascade of reaction or severe reactions starts uh, in our body, leading to the severe damage of lungs tissue, and ultimately patient dies. And first of all, these knowledges are not new nowadays because almost everybody knows about. But I would try to refresh this knowledge a little bit in simpler way. Coming to the coronavirus, which a picture I have drawn here, you can see here that this is the coronavirus. This is the outer membrane of coronavirus, and you can see here in this membrane there are spikes like things or brush borders. Uh, these spikes are very specific to this coronavirus. They contain the antigenicity of the spike protein is they are highly antigenic, and these spikes uh, through these spikes they attach to our cell. uh, there are the different receptors in our cells. The spikes, when coronavirus come into contact with this healthy cell of our body, through these spikes and receptor, when this the spike of coronavirus and the receptor of our body cell unite, it it give away a way to this coronavirus inside our healthy cell. Once the coronavirus come inside comes our cell, you can see the outer uh, membrane is no more here. All the RNA virus which are there inside the core of this total RNA virus, this RNA helix are released in the cell of human body. This is the nucleus, and this helix RNA helix goes to the nucleus, and they changes the total character of protein formation, which helps in multiplication, and very fast multiplication of replication, rather replication of these RNA viruses. So in very 1 to 2 days, large number of RNA virus get replicated inside the cell. Then they go to nearby cell, and continuously they go on infecting nearby cell within very short period. If you see this, the cross section of uh, this coronavirus, these are the spikes which are highly antigenic, and this is the outer membrane, and inside you see the RNA virus, and this outer membrane protects this RNA virus. And we call, if we rupture this outer membrane outside our body, and through hand wash, through alcohol containing sanitizer, these RNAs, once this outer membrane is damaged, this RNA virus cannot survive. They die. That is the reason why we always advise our people to do hand washing, use sanitizer, keep distance, and use masks, because these are the viruses which come out from an infected person when he sneezes or coughs through droplets, and these droplets are very small in size and they remain in the air for say 24 to 48 hours, then they get settled down in the ground, and these droplets through air again, uh, they go to a healthy person's through breathing, through nose, through mouth, they go to a healthy person, and that person get infected. So here you can see this RNA helix, RNA virus. These are single-stranded RNA helix, and we call this RNA virus. And if you see this single-stranded RNA helix, you can see here it is beaded thread-like thing. There are beads are there. These are amino acids, and these are tied up with the a protein. These are protein amino acid, and these are arranged in such a manner they represent the characteristic of the particular virus. So usually the double helix nucleic materials are we call DNA. They are always double helix. So there is connection in between two aminos. But here in the RNA virus, there are only single helix or single stranded, and amino acid. Any change in this sequence of amino acid in this helix, suppose this amino acid goes to here, and this amino acid comes to here, or this goes to here, this come to here. This change in sequence of amino acid in the RNA helix is called mutation, and these mutations are very common in RNA virus, and when a new mutated virus are being detected, we call it variant. Now delta variant and delta plus variant are very prevalent. So changing in sequence of amino acid in RNA setting brings the mutation, and that is the cause of uncharacterized. And when they change in each mutation, the character of virus also get changed. The response to human body, response to the immunity of the human body get changed, and their virulency, the clinical presentation of disease also get changed. So every time RNA virus try to change their amino acid sequence, and they produce different variants of virus. But in DNA helix, but DNA virus, the mutation, though it happens, but it is not in that fast. It happens slowly. So what happens when RNA virus goes inside our body? In our body, the immune response happens in our body whenever any foreign substance or protein or virus or bacteria goes inside our body. Immediately our immune system get activated, and and uh, we get different type of immunological reactions. And here normally there are two type of immune response which happens in our body. One is cell mediated immune response, which is mainly handled by T lymphocyte. T means it is being produced in thymus. From thymus it go to lymphocyte, lymph nodes, where the T lymphocytes are produced in large number. And T lymphocyte with other defense cell, they goes to the site and they fight with the foreign body. It happens usually in many infection, bacterial and viral infection, where cell-mediated uh, immune response led by T lymphocyte work. They neutralizes by encircling uh, the bacilli of virus. They neutralize through different toxins they produce. Uh, ultimately the virus or bacteria is neutralized and are being killed by our defense cell. Another important immune response happens in our body through humoral, we call this a humoral response, where B lymphocyte acts, and B lymphocyte are found in bone marrow. So in bone marrow, when B lymphocyte get activated in response to antigen, this antigen, the B lymphocyte get activated, and the T helper cell, which helps in activation of B lymphocyte, or and after activated B lymphocyte start releasing antibody. These are protein, and these antibody, instead of cell coming and fighting with the foreign body or antigen or the virus or bacteria, here the antibody which are protein are being prepared by activated B lymphocyte in help of T helper cell, and these antibody are very specific to the antigen, mainly the spike protein and the antigenicity of this virus. So these antibodies which are formed is very specific, and when these antibodies are formed in a large amount, they come to this infected virus and they encircle and neutralize total virus, and the virus become inactivated and ultimately killed by our defense cell, engulfed by our defense cell. So these, they work on the live virus, even they work on the killed virus also. So antibody formation in the body depends on the B cell activation which are there in the bone marrow. And once a specific antibody is been prepared specific to this antigen, this cell becomes memory cell, and they keep memory. Their memory is being preserved. Whenever again this virus come to our body, they are immediately recognized, and antibodies are accordingly specific to this antigen are being secreted in our body, so that those, so once infected, our immune system, particularly B cell, when they produce a specific antibody, they also memorize, they can identify in subsequent infection and immediately form those. That is the reason why when we give the vaccine are nothing but these are antigen or the viral antigen, I mostly killed virus, or the the antigen been prepared from the outer cell membrane, breast border, and when the vaccine containing these killed virus or antigen protein of virus is injected in our body, the that vaccine acts stimulate the B lymphocyte, and ultimately they produce antibody, and antibody remain in our body for a 6 to 1 year or more. And whenever that infection, new infection occur, or any virus uh, get in our body, they are immediately recognized, and suddenly the antibody formation augmented, and those viruses are being neutralized, and we don't suffer from disease. Even if at all we suffer from disease, those are milder type. So either infection or vaccine stimulate B lymphocyte, and after releasing antibody, production of antibodies, those are converted into memory cell. They keep memory to recognize this virus whenever, anytime they enter in our body. So this is the mechanism of vaccine. Sometime we give vaccine 1 or 2 doses. Here the first dose just stimulates the B lymphocyte, uh, and antibody formation that not that much to protect you. Again, the second dose is given, that boost up the uh, beta B lymphocyte further, so that more antibodies are being formed, and that remain in the body for a certain period, so that our immunity will remain intact. So 2 doses of vaccine is required. Otherwise, 1 dose will not give that much of antibody formation in our body. There won't be any memory cell. If you want to get fully protected, then you have to take 2 doses of vaccines. What happens when RNA virus enter in our body uh, through nose or mouth, through pharynx, through nasopharynx, through trachea, larynx, trachea, it goes to the lung tissue, and in the lung they enter in the lung tissue cell. Immediately replication occur, severe replication, and the number of virus becomes numerous. And this virus, as I have told, gives 2 types of immune response. It depends person to person. When cell mediated immune response is very high, which has been driven by T lymphocyte, the lymphocytes are being activated. That activates the macrophages, histiocytes. They produces TN alpha, tumor necrosis factor alpha, IL-1, IL-6, and IL-12. These are all proteins, proteins been secreted in our body through these macrophages and immune cell. And when they are secreted in the high quantity, there is a trigger of inflammation, and large number of macrophage and lymphocyte and all the inflammatory cells get accumulated there. When it occurs in a very short span of time, IL-1, IL-6, IL-12 increases with T and alpha. We call it cytokine. These are cytokine proteins. Cytokines are nothing but proteins. cytokine storms. It invites the flush of inflammatory cells. Large number of inflammatory comes to that site, and severe inflammation process start. That causes leakages to blood vessels, and plasma and blood comes out from the blood vessels to the interstitial space, and clotting happens, and that clots, micro clots, converted into pneumonic patches, and total oxygenation of alveoli is being affected. There is fall in oxygen saturation because alveoli are full of inflammatory cells, interstitia are full of inflammatory cells, there are leakages, edema in the lung, bleeding in the lung, pneumonia, the function of lungs are not being carried out. And that happens in a very short span of time, and we call it cytokine storms. So, to know whether patient inflammation process started, we usually advise test all these tests, inflammatory marker test, CRP, and when we see there is stiff rise in IL-1, IL-6 and IL-12 along with CRP, we know that patient is in cytokine storm, and we have to treat that patient aggressively with all known drug which is being which can reduce the inflammation process, particularly steroid and many other drugs. The role of antiviral is almost nil here because the process has already started. It's a cascading process where one process triggers other process, then that triggers other process, and mostly if you do the swab test here, you don't get any positive report. Rather, the virus has gone inside deep into the cell of lungs. Either they are active, multiplying or replicating, or maybe most of them, because of antibody formation, they are killed. But killed virus is also antigenic. As a live virus can stimulate your immune response, similarly a killed virus can also stimulate your immune response and can give the similar type of reaction in your body. So it all depends what is the load of virus you are carrying in your body. And that is the reason why the treatment should be given aggressively without wasting time as soon as possible to prevent cytokine storms. Similarly, I have told that vaccine is very important. It improves your antibody level, very sensitive to that virus, and if it is sustained with second dose of vaccine, then you are safe. You will not have that much of severity of disease. You remain protected, and gradually this virus will automatically, when they will not get any suitable atmosphere to infect further, they will die out, and we can totally control the disease, and there won't be any endemicity of disease. So, friends, this was I wanted to tell that is a very it is not like flu virus or influenza virus. Is a different type of characteristic of virus. It's very different from those virus. It severely affects your lungs because of inflammation process, and anytime, even from day one, you should not neglect and should take the advice of your doctor. Thank you very much.